So here's my situation right now in Call of Duty. I have been trying to unlock the diamond skins for my favorite guns. The problem is you have to unlock the gold skin for every gun in that class, or almost every gun in that class, in order to get the diamond skin for one gun. So I've got a BAR, which is my favorite assault rifle, and I've got the G43, which is my favorite marksman rifle. Plus I've got the combat shotgun, which is my favorite shotgun. They're all gold now. But I need to unlock stuff for so many other guns. So I've actually got to the point where I only need to do 2 more assault rifles. I need to do the Itra Burst and the Volkssturmgewehr. I need to get them all the way up to gold, which, you know, level 21, level 46, it's going to take me a little while. And these are my, like, guns that I have trouble using. Like, I've already done all of the guns that I have, an easy affinity for. These 2 are ones that I actually really struggle to do well with. So it's kind of funny, though. It is kind of like training in a weight jacket, where it's like I'll play with these guns that I'm bad at for a really long time, and I'll try to get better and better and better at them, and then I'll sometimes switch back to using my fancy guns, the guns that are really, like, well aligned with, like, the wavelength that I'm on, and suddenly I'll start overperforming, which feels really, really nice. So I've got these, and I've also got this shotgun that I'm trying to level up. The shotguns are going to take a while. There's a lot of different shotguns, way more than I feel like the game even needs, and so it's actually going to be harder for me to get the diamond shotgun than any of the other classes have got. The marksman rifle, I've only got the one left, the SVT-40. Thing is, I'm not much of a sniper, and so the SVT-40 is really, it's a very powerful gun, but it's a slow-firing, high-recoil gun, and so I have a lot of trouble making it work. So basically what I do these days is I hit quick play, I see what games pop up, and then I try to pick one of these guns that I'm not very good at, that will be the best gun for that situation, and I just do my best with it, and I see how it goes. So I guess we'll just have to see what happens. Oh, Airy Twitch says, I just watched a full playthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn on Brian Menard's channel. The environment, set decoration, and costumes are the best I've ever seen. What is your favorite game visually? That's an interesting question. So I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, that definitely has to be up there, high on the list. Visually, I think probably The Last of Us 2. The way that they nailed the sort of the character performances and the look and feel of that world. I mean, it's a very grounded world. It's not as, like, out there ridiculous fantasy as Horizon Zero Dawn is. So there's things that they can't do in terms of just how outlandish it is. But it's actually sometimes harder to impress somebody with a very grounded, realistic feeling environment, and they do a really, really good job with it. So I'd probably say The Last of Us 2 off the top of my head, as far as just sheer production values. But there's also just funky art styles out there that are just that aren't necessarily out there. They aren't necessarily out there to impress you with how. Actually, let me go SVT here. With how realistic they are, but that are still really, really impressive. And I'd have to put some thought into that to even come up with them. So, playing with a snipery type gun, I'm not going to be as good with it. Oh, see that guy? Okay. See, I'm not a good sniper. Okay, so I think that guy is hiding. So let's. Sometimes there's guys over there. Oh. Yep. See, look. Yes. Okay, finally. I'm catching up a little bit.
If that's your best, no wonder you're losing.
I'm hearing some dogs. I'm nervous about these dogs. Oh. Ah! Yeah, it just takes me a second to get my aim on somebody. Are those good dogs or bad dogs? Are they good boys or bad boys? So, another reason that I don't love to snipe is because watching somebody snipe isn't actually all that fun. Because you stay in one place all the time. Trying to take people out, and it's really up to them. Like, they're my enemy. They're the dynamic ones, not me. Okay, I need to reload. Okay, there's somebody up here. So I've got this special ability, which is when I get somebody under fire, they start glowing red, even through walls. So sometimes when I suspect somebody might be behind an obstacle, I'll fire a couple shots at the obstacle to see if I see somebody glowing red. And if I do, then I can target them behind the obstacle. So it looks like people have learned that I'm here, and they're not going to the places that I can shoot. So I might have to find myself a new angle. Man, I wish I was as smart as these people. Like, whenever I'm being sniped by somebody, I keep going back to the same spot to try to find them and shoot them. And I'm like, you realize that, you know, I tell myself, you realize they're just watching the same spot. And if you keep going back to the same spot, they're gonna keep killing you. Oh, crap. We pushed the spawn. That's why I wasn't seeing anybody. I should have noticed that, too. Like, I should have noticed the fact that there were a bunch of blue dots over on this side of the map. Which means we pushed the spawn, and the bad guys were behind me. That's why they weren't showing up. It's not because they're smart. It's because we are too aggressive. So, yeah, my team is doing really well, but sometimes what that means is you end up with your entire team on the other side, and the spawn gets pushed. So figuring out all the places where people are likely to go where you can hit them from a given vantage point is kind of the challenge of playing a snipery type class. Oh, take that. Anybody else? Oh, saw some movement over there. Oh, looks like Trooper's got him taken care of. You go, Trooper. Oh, boom. There we go. Oh, never. Oh! Who shot me? Where were they? Okay, looks like they just went in that window while I wasn't looking at it. Okay. Nothing mysterious, but now they're going to be watching that window, so I got to find a new vantage point. Ooh. People are getting killed down this way. So I'm going to have to be careful. Oh. Oh, I see somebody. Looks like they can hide from me. Oh! Oh, he's gone now. I tried hitting him with a grenade, but... ah! No! Yeah, so the problem with this marksman rifle, you know, it's so slow firing, and I have to play in such a specific way that's uncharacteristic of me in order to make it work, that it ends up being really inefficient. Like, there are some guns where when I'm using them effectively, and I'm playing, like, the ideal strategy... ah, dang it, almost. And I'm playing the ideal strategy for that gun, I end up with really high kill counts, and I can just blast through that gun's challenges and upgrade it. But this SVT, I end up, you know, I can spend all day with it. Oh, what the... I feel like maybe I was just looking at a quivering dead body. Oh, I am the worst. Anyway, it takes me forever to unlock stuff for this gun. So not only am I bad with this gun, but I'm also slow with this gun, so I have to use it more in order to have the same positive effect. Anybody else want to just march right into my gun sights? I'm up for it. I want to do it if you want to do it. Come on. Just run right down this alleyway. Oh, victory! That's the mean bastards I know. Ha! Well done. Coalition was trying to remind me that I had a kill streak that I could use, and I didn't do it. Listen, I'm not really here to, you know, I'm mostly here to focus on the gun. But yeah, and thing is, my team was doing well enough, I wasn't too anxious about it. So yeah, sometimes I do like kill streaks just sort of languish. And that drives La Coalition crazy. Sorry, La Coalition. Okay, so we've got 3 of the same woman. None of them are me. I actually was playing this this character for a while, but right now, actually, I've almost maxed out my operators. Boom. So yeah, I've got level 20 in every free operator except for this guy, and the only reason I don't have this guy, I mean, the reason he's last is because there was actually a bug for a while where the game would crash every time I tried to start a match with this guy. So I let him just sort of sit fallow for a while, and came back to them last after I leveled up literally every other operator. So now they're all leveled up. The only ones that I'm missing are the 2 that you actually have to buy. And so once I finish with the guy I'm playing right now, I'm going to have to kind of debate whether I think it's worth buying more operators. I particularly like her. She seems really cool. So I might actually be tempted to buy a skin in Call of Duty for the very first time. Because she just seems neat. I like her. So Le Coliseum points out that my team was filling up with communists. Yeah, because this one character, Polina. Polina's a little bit of a commie, I think. She's like I think she's a Russian sniper. I think. That's the impression that I get. I haven't actually played the campaign. I don't actually know. Actually, I shouldn't say things about these characters. I don't know who they are, because I have not played the campaign. Because that's just not why I play Call of Duty. Like, I know there is a campaign, and sometimes if it seems interesting, I'll play a little bit of it, but, like, I'm just here for the multiplayer. So I should look at... So I have probably unlocked some stuff for the SVT. A flashlight, which will just make it shinier. I don't need that. Ooh, decoy. Okay, so decoy will definitely be a different weapon. For decoy, I should probably grab either the Volkssturmgewehr or the Itra Burst. Let's grab the Itra Burst. I've got a tiny magazine installed on this thing. Here, let's go to the upper right corner. I've got a tiny magazine on this thing. And so I'm probably going to fail in some points just because I have to reload so much. So Decoy is a great map because it feels like, come on, it feels like it was designed specifically to show off the fact that Call of Duty Vanguard has destructible obstacles. And sometimes you'll do that, like you'll add a brand new feature to a game, and you'll add a new feature to a game, but then it'll be really easy to forget to show it off. You know, to like, oh, the feature's in the game, but nobody can tell. And so you can tell that somebody was like, okay, we need to have a map that, I knew I was gonna hit by that glide bomb. We need to have a map that shows off how amazing it is to have destructible terrain in Call of Duty, because that's typically a Battlefield thing. Oh crap, there's a bad guy in here. There we go. Typically that's a Battlefield thing, and you can see like they've added destructible, minor destructible obstacles and things like that to some more traditional Call of Duty maps, but this map is made entirely of destructible stuff. Like, this is sort of like a fake, it's a fake town. It's like, I don't know, what is this? What do they call these villages that are like, they're meant to look real from the sky, but there's actually nothing to them? Oh, dang it. Didn't quite kill that guy. Somebody else kill that guy so I can get credit. Dang it. This is one of those very active matches where there's so much going on. I don't even know where to go. Okay, good. I got credit for that one at least. There might be somebody over there. I don't know. Ugh. So if you can actually get through this area, holy crap! Oh, this is our mortars. There's no danger close in this game, so as long as the mortars belong to you, it's fine. Yes. People have gotten wise to the incendiary grenades. It used to be that incendiary grenades were just a great way to kill people because they just didn't even know what to do with them. Now everybody knows how they... Dang it. Now everybody knows how they work, and it is much harder to kill people with them. But that time I made it work, which is good. Anybody? Oh, great. Okay, so bombers are a bad thing. They're aimed by AI, and so they end up landing just wherever there's the biggest concentration of troops. And so when I have a better... There we go. It just hits wherever the most people are. And there is a way to avoid them, which is if you've got a really good gun for shooting down planes. You can shoot down the bombers before they drop their payload, which is an amazing feeling. And it sounds like somebody on the team is doing something like that. I'm hearing them flacking, or what are they calling it? Busting up the recon planes. I can't tell if he's saying we flacked them or we blacked them, because it is called blackout when you do it. Either way, we're acking their recon planes. So somebody is shooting down planes. It's not me, but somebody's doing it. So I've only once been able to actually penetrate this area here and get behind enemy lines, but I wasn't able to do that much with it.
Enemy's got a dive bomb incoming. Tossing grenade. Care package coming for you.
I feel like they might have... Oh, see, and that's me running out of ammo. At least I got credit for it. There are... What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say now. Anybody coming down this way? Things got weirdly quiet for a second. Oh, crap! I just bounced it off a wall. That wasn't what I intended. Oop. Nope. Oh. Ah, nope. Okay, so every time I fire this gun at all, I have to reload it because it's only got 3 bursts in it, basically.
Allied mortar fire coming.
It's a miracle I lived through that. Whew! All right. Ah! 2 at once. Okay. Wow, so my team started out way behind. And we're actually closing the gap. I have no idea what the likelihood is that we'll actually win at this rate. But if we pull this out... Oh! Oh, just by 1! By 1! Wow, though. There's a point where they at like 90 and we were at 50? And we made back that much? Oh, that's crazy. Wow. Okay. Anyway, so I think they might have retuned the incendiary grenades too at some point, because they really have felt less effective lately. Oh, I love it when a character's missing from the animation. It's great. Okay, so let's do the voting. Voting's really important. Wait a minute. Oh, 3 votes for 1 guy? I can't... Dang it. I really like to try to make multiple people win, but you gotta have the whole team. It's like a prisoner's dilemma. Like, you gotta have the whole team on the same page. And if anybody wants to make one... if there's a group of people on the team who want to make one person win, you can't really overcome them. But I'm leveling up my Itra. I'm leveling up my Itra a lot. So that's cool. Whew, let's get out of there. All right. Oh, wait, no. Wait. Pff. No, that is not what I was... It crashed. Great. I still wanted to mess with my weapons. Okay, whatever. Lacoolician says, I recently replayed the State of Decay 2 tutorial. Great job on it. It's a very good linear level. Yeah, I thought that, given the goals of that level, I think they did a really good job. I think that one of the things that we were missing, and that we tried to add with the Juggernaut edition, was a more linear place to learn about like base building and resource gathering, which is such an important part of the game, and that is something that we don't do in that early tutorial. But the problem is trying to figure out a way to teach that in the kind of because State of Decay 2 is such a huge, wide-open game. You can you can just drive in any direction anytime you want to. We can't exert that much control over you, which means teaching you how to do things is really, really tough. And so we kind of ended up making the decision to sort of teach the non-open-ended stuff first in a place where it was really restrictive and a very specific series of events happens, so that you could definitely learn how to do things like basic combat and basic scavenging and interacting with doors and ladders and things like that. Teach it in a tight space. And so, yeah, I think that the team that put that together, I wasn't on that team. The team that put that together did a really, really good job. But then there was like this other completely different problem we had to solve of how to teach players to play the regular game. So originally our tutorial, once you got out into the main world, was, we did our best with it at the time, but it was just... we had very limited options, and I think there was a lot of people who probably bounced off the game because the tutorial did not do a good job of teaching them what it's really like to play State of Decay 2. So I think that the Juggernaut Edition's version, where we actually have that area in the northeast of Providence Ridge, which was specifically crafted to support a tutorial, I think that works a lot better than the original, on-ramp did for State of Decay 2 when it first came out. But I'm really glad that initial tutorial level is working for you. Because, I think that the team who built that should be very proud of themselves. It worked out really well. So, okay. So I'm just going to let it reconnect to Xbox Live. And so I want to see what I unlocked for my Intra Burst before we're done. It is almost 11 o'clock. I need to get to my haircut appointment. But, yeah. Come on, connect to Xbox Live. What's your deal? Sometimes it takes a while. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Coalition, giving you the ability to go back to Camp Osprey would be really tough, just because right now the game just doesn't have the concept of going to a map without bringing your entire community with you and abandoning the old map. It's not impossible. Obviously, lots of games do it, but it would be a brand new concept in the game, and it would take a lot of technical work to make it possible to visit a place that can't support the full infrastructure of your base. So Illegal Meme Deal says, as someone who started State of Decay 2 in November of last year, and now I'm at 7 days of playtime, I really enjoy this game, and its tutorials and its infestation update has me very excited. Good, so that is something that I wonder about sometimes, because a lot of the folks who talk with us regularly are people who've been playing the game from the very beginning and have kind of come on this whole journey with us. Sometimes I wonder what this game is like for a new player, because there are so many additions we make to the game that take things that have already been in the game for a long time and risk making them more complicated. Let's see here. If this... Yeah, this is all about hip fire. I don't want a barrel. It's all about hip fire. I don't hip fire a burst weapon. Who does that? I don't care about this. So, frangible rounds versus penetration. I think I'd rather go penetration. And actually, one thing I should probably do with this gun is... let's do piercing vision. Because this is a more precise gun, I'm probably going to be sniping with it, or snipe-ish-ing with it a little bit more, which means I should probably get the ability that I use for sniping, which is seeing people through walls once you've got them under fire. Oh, wait, it says I've got another weapon pip? What? Oh, right, the SVT. I unlocked... So I think the SVT looks a lot better without a special texture on it, so I've been not putting textures on it just because that wood frame looks really nice. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so it's really nice to get feedback from folks like you, Illegal Meme Deal, who are new to the game, because there is a strong risk when you're constantly making updates to a game that you're going to make it so complicated that new players are just not going to be able to access it at all. And you don't want to do that. Like, I had that experience with Company of Heroes, which I love Company of Heroes. It's a brilliant franchise. But when I tried to come back to the first Company of Heroes years after release, there have been so many updates and there were just so many things on the front end. I was actually intimidated and I didn't start playing because it was just like, I was like, oh, there's just so much now. And I don't understand how this all fits together. I used to just start skirmishes. And where do I start a skirmish here? I'm not exactly sure. And there's so many different armies. And I was just really intimidated by it. And so I'm very consciously aware of the risk that we could do that with State of Decay, that we could make it so complicated that new players have trouble figuring out what's going on. So I hope that those new players will tell us if we start messing things up. So far, what we've been doing is trying to improve features that already exist in the game, so we're not adding to the complexity budget, we're just taking the things that are already there and making them better. We might not do that all the time, though, and so whenever we add something that adds complexity, we're going to be watching very carefully to see if new players are bouncing off more than they used to, because that could be a sign of a problem. Coalition points out that the more complicated the game gets, the better it is for his YouTube channel, because then people need explanation videos. That makes sense. So I guess there are people who benefit. It's always a trade-off. Oh! That is my timer. telling me that it's time to quit streaming so that I can go get a haircut. So I should do that. Thank you all for hanging out with me. This was fun, playing some Call of Duty together, and I think this actually went well enough. So sometimes I have just absolutely humiliating Call of Duty matches. These were actually pretty decent ones, and so I think I'm actually going to put this video up online. So enjoy this video whenever it's out there. If you're watching it later on YouTube, you can subscribe to my channel for more weird videos like this, and I'll put some links to other videos over here. You can click on those. And now I'm going to go and get a haircut.